Hi, I'm Robert Osborne. Welcome to another edition of our monthly guest programmer series. This month, we're very pleased to have joining us the man responsible for such terrific films as Do the Right Thing, Malcolm X, the documentary Four Little Girls, Inside Man, and so many other striking movies. I'm talking, of course, about filmmaker Spike Lee. Welcome, Spike.
How you doing?
Good to have you here.
Glad to be here.
Thank you. Now, the first film Spike selected for us is the 1951 drama from director Billy Wilder, best known now by its original title, Ace in the Hole, but for a brief period shown in theaters as The Big Carnival. Why this movie? Why The Big Carnival?
Well, I think that what Billy Wilder did with this film is to show the power of the media. And we're going to see another version of that in another film I'm going to talk about later, and how people could be manipulated. And also another theme I've always liked, which is in my films too, the choices people make and the consequences of those choices.
Now, did you see this film, a long time ago?
I saw it in film school, in NYU Graduate Film School.
And it impressed you right off the bat?
Very much so.
Yeah.
And it's funny because this film was the one Billy Wilder did right after Sunset Boulevard, which was a huge hit, won Academy Awards, and no one went to see this film, but I think this film was just as good as Sunset Boulevard.
Yeah, I think the title is originally kind of scared people away, is why they recalled it The Big Carnival for a while. But once people discovered the film, the title didn't matter.
And it's funny because I think it's only because of the success of Sunset Boulevard he was able to make this.
Yeah, yeah. Is he a particular favorite of yours?
Oh, yes,
directors?
Billy Wilder. He's a great writer-director. And in his later years, I used to call, when I would go to LA, I would call him. And finally, I was able to go to his office. And I got him. Can I show you?
Yeah, please.
I have the original lobby card.
Kirk Douglas.
Originally was called, when it was released, The Big Carnival, as you know, Robert. You know better than me. Signed by Billy Wilder.
Great. Also
signed by Kirk Douglas. This is the original lobby card. I heard Kirk Douglas was in New York, so called hotel, and he said, "Come on up, Spike." I had like 10 posters that he signed for me. But again, this is original lobby card, signed Billy Wilder.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. Now, for some reason, it surprises me you're a collector of posters and everything. Have you done that for years?
Oh, yes. I mean, I started out collecting autographs. My friends and I would go to hotels where the teams were. So when the Giants would come into New York, we wait for Willie Mays. When the Braves came in New York, we hang out in the lobby for Hank Aaron. So
are you particularly compassionate then if people's trying to get your autograph?
Except when I'm eating. But I really, for films I like, I like to get, especially the one-sheets. And there's been several cases where there's somebody want to sign it, and then they end up passing. So, you really got to get it while you can get it. Yeah,
particularly movies from the golden era.
Yes.
Sad, but a part of the evolution of life. But
another thing I like to say about Ace in the Hole is that the final shot of this film, in my opinion, is one of the greatest final shots in cinema. For me, one of the greatest shots. I've never seen a shot that ends a film like that. Amazing.
So let's see the film. Here it is from 1951, directed by, produced by, and co-written by Billy Wilder. Chosen by our guest programmer this month, Spike Lee. Here's Ace in the Hole, also known as The Big Carnival. What a film that is. And back with the man who selected it, this month's guest programmer, the filmmaker whose movies always create a big buzz whenever they're shown, Spike Lee. What an ending that is.
Yes, and that final shot of the film is one of the greatest final shots, I think, in history of cinema, where the last 10, 15 minutes, Kirk Douglas is walking around with this mortal wound from being stabbed, and he makes it back to the newspaper, and whop, just falls right down and his face is like this close to the lens. And I like that shot so much. We have a homage to it in Malcolm X. There's a scene where Denzel's character, right, not Malcolm, he was Detroit Red, and my character, Shorty, were running around like playing cops and robbers, and then I'm playfully shoot him, and then he does the same fall right into the lens. It's
Great.
great, 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 great shot. And for me, this film really is the beginning of where we're starting to see things change in America, where the media, how the media can control people, and also it's about morals, scruples, values, and how people will pray at the altar of the almighty dollar, you know, put their mother on the corner, and then there comes that reckoning moment when they say, you know, like, my God, why did I do this?
Yeah. It's interesting that it hadn't been, that kind of movie hadn't been really talked about, that subject in movies before. I guess it,
I mean, this was...
but the public kind of rejected it at this
of
point,
course.
too, so, yeah.
I mean, that's why it's said before, the only reason why he was able to get this film made is because his previous film, Sunset Boulevard.
Right.
Because, and we're going to talk about another film, too, later on, which is the same thing, where you look at Kazan and Wilder, what they did on successes of Sunset Boulevard and On the Waterfront.
Right.
Two films a lot more cynical,
right,
and were completely rejected
at the time. Yes.
At the time.
Yeah.
Like considered bombs, but now are, you know, considered the greatest films ever.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Interesting. How it goes in cycles like that, or
yes,
it takes a while. People don't change overnight, unfortunately.
Yeah, I know about that.
Yeah, got a little experience with that.